Give me a good loaf of crusty bread. Okay, if you can't give me what I want, then I'll make it myself. Maybe some of you will understand when I say sourdough bread making can be fun, even when you mess up. Yep, that's what I did. I messed up, and it ended up in my producing a not-so-good-looking loaf of bread. But if it weren't for that mess-up, I wouldn't have learned how to develop a skill I call sourdough bread troubleshooting. And let me tell you, sourdough bread troubleshooting is just what every practical man or woman needs to learn to make a good loaf of crusty bread. Hi, Old Fuzzface here. Today, I'm going to give you 2 examples of how I solve sourdough problems using practical sourdough bread troubleshooting. But first, I must let you know that it was actually Mr. Monty, our Serendipity Farmhouse test kitchen quality control expert, who taught me how to employ these troubleshooting techniques. So, without further ado, let's jump right into problem number 1. Sticky dough and a flat loaf. The problem with sticky dough and a flat loaf first appeared when I attempted to make a loaf that was half all-purpose flour and half home-milled hard white wheat. I followed my basic recipe to the T. I used 1.5 cups of King Arthur all-purpose flour. The King Arthur website gives the weight of its all-purpose flour as 120 grams per cup. So, 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour would be 180 grams. Using that statement, I milled 180 grams of hard white wheat to give me the second 1.5 cups of flour to make the total of 3 cups. That's when Mr. Monty started voicing his disapproval in his straightforward, unmerciful way. He knew things were going wrong. In fact, he even published a highly critical YouTube short showing how wrong it was for me not to listen to him. I now have the know-how to make a good loaf of sourdough bread every time.
Oh dear. Fuzzy, you've messed up again. Listen to what you told the world. You said you could make a good loaf of bread every time. But look how you messed up that loaf last night and this morning. You put in too much water and your dough was sticky. And then, to make it even worse, you let that loaf stay in the oven too long. I tried to warn you, but you just ignored me. So, you shouldn't have been surprised to find out that you scorched the top of your loaf. From my point of view, you mess up every time.
Every time. In essence, he was correct. There was too much water for the amount of flour I used. I weighed a cup of my all-purpose flour. It was 145 grams. That is 25 grams more than the expected 120 grams. That means that all my loaves before this were roughly 436 grams, 76 grams more than the 360 grams I thought I had been using. Simply put, when I used only 360 grams for this loaf, I had too little flour for my overall mixture, or as Mr. Monty pointed out, I had too much water. Of course my dough would be wet and sticky, and my loaf would spread out and be flat. When I made my next loaf, I compensated by adding equal amounts of flour by weight. That is 218 grams of all-purpose flour and 218 grams of hard white wheat. For the remainder of the ingredients, I used the same amount in the second loaf as I did in the first. This time, the dough was not sticky and it rose much better. Take a look at the 2 loaves side by side. problem with this method of troubleshooting is I was merely experimenting based on guesstimates. There was no supporting math or science for my conclusions. Problem number 1 naturally led me to question why all my loaves using 100% all-purpose flour came out perfectly. If I had been using roughly 436 grams of flour instead of the 360 grams that King Arthur cup to grams conversion would indicate. To troubleshoot this problem, I had to hit the books. It took a while, but finally I discovered a whole new world, at least for me, of baking wisdom. That new world was baker's math. This is where I learned how to troubleshoot using supporting math, science, and centuries of bakers' observations and experiences. Rather than bore you with the details, let me get to the point. Bakers can work out formulas for baking any quantity of bread by using a common measure of weight. The amount of water, salt, and yeast or sourdough starter is a standard percentage of the weight of the flour. No matter what the weight of flour, it is always considered to be 100%. Each of the other ingredients is a standard percentage of the weight of the flour. In the case of sourdough bread, the standard percentages look like this. Of course, the percentages are approximations. With the exception of the flour, which is always 100%, the weight of the remaining ingredients can be varied by several percentage points, higher or lower. Nevertheless, the percentages shown will normally give you a very good loaf of sourdough bread. After learning about the standard percentage, I then examined my basic sourdough bread recipe and realized there was a problem. In this graph, the gold bars represent the standard percentage. The orange bars represent the percentage of ingredients in my recipe. As you can see, the water, starter, and salt percentages were all higher than the standard, especially the water. The fact my regular loaves were turning out looking good was because of a fluke. I was unknowingly using more flour by weight than the recipe specified. That fact, unknown to me, compensated for the excess water in the recipe. So, as an experiment, I used 432 grams, that is 3 cups using my measuring cup of King Arthur flour, to make a loaf of bread. Instead of using my regular recipe, I computed and used the standard percentages for the remaining ingredients. The results were amazing. Look at this loaf of bread. Friends, the 2 examples I've given here provide good reason to not fret over baking mistakes. Rather, take the time and have some fun troubleshooting your problems. You'll be happy that you did. And before I close, I need to tell you the soon-to-be world-famous Serendipity Farmhouse test kitchen has been a very lonesome and somber place lately. Executive Chef Blondie, my beautiful and loving wife, has had 2 eye surgeries this month, so she's had to leave the test kitchen in my care. Since I'm a mere sous chef with little talent, it's been a hard job running things up to Chef Blondie's high standards of excellence. I look forward to her return to the kitchen in July. I'm sure it would bring her great cheer and ease her time recuperating if you'd like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your comments of encouragement for her would really be welcomed. So now you know a little bit more about sourdough bread troubleshooting. So until my next video, keep it simple, keep it practical, and happy baking.